Okay, so today we're going to be looking at what weapons would be effective when you're defending yourself against a Deinonychus. So let's say like a Deinonychus, I don't know, breaks down your door and tries to attack you. What weapon would be best to defend yourself? Now, if you don't know what a Deinonychus is, basically picture this. A larger version of a velociraptor. Yeah, those small. Okay, so Deinonychus, 5 feet tall, 8 feet long. No, 8 to 10 feet long, and it weighs around like 200 to 500 pounds. It has killer claws, killer jaws, and claws as well. Toe claws. Okay, so at C tier, okay, let's get started. So at C tier, we have the kitchen knife. Now, the kitchen knife is the most basic weapon because you can just stab and slice. But its short range is going to make hard work of you because the Deinonychus is going to pounce your ass and start ripping out your guts. But if you stab it in the throat or at the jugular or slice its jugular and stuff, you might be actually kill it, but you might suffer some wounds as well. Okay, next up in C tier is the Morning Star. The Morning Star is a stick with a little chain. And it has a metal ball at the end full of spikes. You just swing that shit around and just whack someone. But this might be a downside though, because for once it's not that really good of range, and plus you have to swing it hard, but you might risk it of freaking being like, the ball might break off. But it's an effective weapon nonetheless, and could blind the dinosaur you're fighting against. Now in B tier, we have the spear. Now this is a controversial one because I wanted to put the spear higher, but the spear has its reasons to being on B tier. B tier, I put the spear on B tier because it has long range, yes, but once the Deinonychus gets in close enough, you can't stab it. So you have to whack it, or block the attacks. And the spear could break, because it's made out of wood. Yeah, but the spear is an effective weapon nonetheless, and if you hit the raptor in the right place, then yeah, you're gonna end its life. Next in B tier is the baton. The metal baton, the police batons, they're full of metal, and you could break their skulls open. But as you know, it has short range, and plus, I mean, you can block attacks, but it's probably gonna overpower you if you have a baton. But if you have two, then maybe you can win. But if you're experienced with the police batons, then you could kill it by breaking its skull. Now, lastly, in A tier. In A tier, we have the English longsword. This 3.5 feet long piece of metal is freaking huge. Huge. I mean, it's fucking gigantic. Like, holy shit. Like, whee! You can just swing this shit around and it'll just, cut up anything. It will fend the raptor off because you can, just poke it and stab it. And once the raptor is on the ground or something, you can just slice its head off. Next up in A tier is the katana. This one's an obvious choice because of how light it is, but it's still effective at the same time. It's 3 feet long. A 3 foot long piece of blade. It's just like sing, sing, dingity, ding, ding. Yeah. You can just slashing and dicing and slicing and slashing and gashing. The katana is an effective weapon nonetheless, but if it gets close, then you're fucked. But anyways, just slice his throat. And lastly, in A tier is the Great Axe. Yeah, oh, your baggins up. This, yeah, the freaking Great Axe. You can just chop and slice with it. If the Vikings use this as a two-handed weapon and could just chop up anyone easily, then you could do one to a dinosaur. So S tier belongs to no one. Why? Well, not all hand-to-hand weapons are created equally, and they're not like they're guns, okay? Yeah, but anyways, I would. So here are the picks. If a Deinonychus broke into your house, and this is what I would choose. Okay, bye bye. Yeah.